We're live. Countdown. I'm Willie Bragg. Today we're going to talk about Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. We're also going to talk about Adam Carolla being on Sean Hannity and what he had to say about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I usually play a video, but right now I'm going to play the audio, and the reason I'm going to play the audio is I'm a little worried about copyright strikes. So because of that, you're going to get the gist of what's being said. You'll don't worry, you're going to get the gist of what he says, and I'm going to comment very shortly. So give me a moment here, and we shall begin.
And here's a quick thought experiment. If AOC was fat and in her 60s, would anyone listen to another thing she ever said?
Oh boy, you're gonna step in that one. What exactly do you mean by that? Do you mean, is it because she's young and what?
Yes, she's young, she's vibrant, she's beautiful, and everyone's always putting a camera and a mic in her face. But her opinions are idiotic 95% of the time. And I don't think if she was a middle-aged, heavy-set woman, anyone would care what she had to say.
I'm not so sure I agree.
Okay, let me do this real fast here. All right, one moment, please. And let me also do this here. Let me do this, and I'm going to comment. I promise you. All right. Now I'm gonna tell you like it is. Some people are calling it an attack on AOC, and honestly, if that's an attack on AOC, it's not to the level of Marjorie Taylor Greene, stalking her, following her around everywhere, going through the little mail slot, trying to bully her. I mean, it's not to that level. I mean, I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene would take a gun and shoot her political opponents. She's been on radio shows. She will love to take firearms and assassinate Democrats. That's Marjorie Taylor Greene in a nutshell. I don't think Adam Carolla wants to do that. I don't agree with anything Adam Carolla has to say politically. But I'm not one of those, touchy, pussy hat wearing SJWs that wants to sit there and cancel culture Adam Carolla. There's a hell of a lot worse out there than Adam Carolla. Not a fan, but, I don't think it's a big deal. The only issue I take with Adam Carolla's words is, the fact that she's beautiful. Where's the controversy in that? I mean, where's the controversy? Honestly, Lauren Boebert is an awful human being. She's objectively beautiful. Lauren Chen is objectively horrible when it comes to politics. She's physically beautiful. AOC is also beautiful. And here's the thing about it. That's irrelevant. The only thing that he had to say that was kind of critical of AOC that had a little bit of merit was basically criticizing her for her politics. Now, he says that 95% of the things she says is garbage and all of that. I mean, he obviously has a partisan perspective on her and thinks that her political viewpoints are ridiculous. The only thing that's ridiculous about her politically is that she doesn't follow up on her political viewpoints. What she's got to say politically, I am 100% on board on. What I'm not 100% on board on when it comes to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is her saying one thing, trying to sound like the Bella Abzug of today, who was not an attractive woman objectively, but she was a very kick-ass congresswoman as far as her politics was concerned. And I would say the AOC sort of lives on with that tradition. But what I'm saying is essentially that AOC, instead of being like Bella Abzug politically, she's basically a Generation X millennial next Nancy Pelosi. Well, I have a problem with that. I want AOC to be, who she says that she is. She's a member of Democratic Socialists of America. She's a DSA member. She campaigns on socialist ideas, Medicare for all. She campaigned on things like Green New Deal, free college, getting us out of these wars, and and instead of doing that, she wants to be, my criticism of AOC, she wants to be a drama queen, and she thinks she's a diva, and she's really the very first social media member of Congress. I mean, and she's got a dedicated following. And I used to fucking simp for AOC back in the day. I mean, when I heard of AOC in 2018, I was just like, wow, I mean, and honestly, her idea is what attracted me first. The ideology she claimed she was for attracted me to her. Her looks was second, but the thing about it is that as I said, I think she is beautiful. She could look like Yoda from Star Wars with the ideas she had, and still I would be like, yeah, ideas, all the way. But on policy, she became Nancy Pelosi's doormat, and that's my problem with AOC. My problem with AOC is she's not acting up to what Adam Carolla projects as the worst thing about her. So that's where I stand on that. And I'm not even mad at Sean Hannity for a change on this, with this interview. I'm not one bit. But as I said, there are going to be a lot of people in the social media on the left, the mainstream so-called liberal press. They're going to go and act like Adam Carolla's being a big old bully. And no. I would hardly say that. I think this is a big nothing burger. I think that this is nothing to get all worked up about. The only reason I am commenting on this, the only reason you're seeing me run my mouth about this, is how ridiculous. I'm basically responding to how everybody finds certain things that they're getting worked up about. And I'm getting worked up over the fact that they're getting worked up about it. But honestly, people, there's not anything to get worked up about over Adam Carolla's words. I am surprised that he's still relevant, to tell you the truth. That's probably should be the biggest news of it all. I mean, now, I remember when he was doing the Man Show back in the late 90s, early 2000s, whenever the fuck it came out on Comedy Central. And there were people getting upset over the program. I mean, I thought it was mildly humorous at the time. But even back then, it was just like, whatever. So the fact that in 2022 that Adam Carolla is relevant should be the biggest shocking news around. Not whether AOC's ideas are garbage or not. Her ideas are not garbage. Her behaving like a junior Nancy Pelosi is. And that's what I have to say right now. If you like what you heard, press like and comment. If you disagree, comment anyway. We'll have a conversation. Feel free to share content on this channel. As a First Amendment absolutist, it's my duty to inform you to create your own platform and utilize it, because we're the muckrakers of our time. Hit that. I am Willie Bragg, And until next time, you keep that red flag flying high. You keep that class struggle going. And remember, we're all Julian Assange. Never forget that. And until next time, music.